All right, so that is a short week. We're just gonna do Tuesday and Saturday. All right, so Tuesday and Saturday. So I'll rename this as I send it out. Tuesday and Saturday for this week. We'll just do the Impact 25 since it's gonna be a short week. This you can focus on just doing this for week 48. So how the Impact 25 works is you have your beginner sure. You have 10 exercises. You got 25 minutes to go as many times around as possible within that 25 minutes, hitting those 10 exercises. And then you'll get a finisher, cool down, and then full towel, then that cool down. So, this is that Tuesday, Saturday. And then so the beginner of this one will be Britney Spears work. We found that this work, and I know other places have another song you can utilize the other song as well if you want to use that song instead, because you can still do the same movements to that song. So yeah, you got that. So get your main fans ready. So they'll start off with that, get their hips warmed up, core warmed up, before they get into the Impact 25 portion of it. So while they're doing this, it gives you a chance to get the room set up the way you want it. So as they're doing it, obviously hype them up, have some fun, still talk, but as you and your co-coach go set the room up so when you go to your demonstrations, it's a little faster. All right. So yeah, you got 10 exercises, so it's gonna take a little while when it comes to that. So you can even promote active recovery. So have them jog in place while you're going through these demonstrations. So we're gonna do here, we're gonna start off, obviously your space might be different, but we're gonna do a single leg RDL with a row. So when you're doing RDL, you're aiming for your knees or your shins. You're not going down to the ankle. Keep that nice flat back as you're getting that one. Overhand grip to neutral grip as you get that rotation of the wrist. Drive the elbow tight to the torso. So aiming for 5 to 10 reps. 10 reps. Again, with this, you want to go as many times around as possible. So you don't need to go super heavy. Now, if you are going to go heavy, again, just encourage them to do 5 reps of the movement, right, left, and then you move on to the next area. Now, if you don't have enough dumbbells, you can use Fit Fighters, you can use sandbags, maybe. I'm not sure. They might have sandbags in there already. But you can use your Fit Fighters. The 2 dumbbell exercises by design, I use one so because you don't want to focus on more of a lighter dumbbell, and then with the RDL, you can go a little heavier since you're working with larger muscle groups and fill the gap. So if you're kicking that right leg behind, you should be having that dumbbell in your right hand. Your rock star. I got you. Thank you. Get your gallon water.
Get your H2O, baby.
Very thirsty. From there, right there, you can have a great to their stability ball. Skull crushers. So skull crushers, they can work with 1 or 2. So they go skull crushers. So to the forehead. Now, if they're feeling a little nervous about the actual term skull crusher, they don't want to crush your skull, go behind the head. So above the head, making sure they're again bending and extending at the elbow. So they don't want to add any lat or shoulder by coming too far with their shoulders. Keep the elbows in. So even as a coach, as you're coming up, like you bring your hands on the outside of their elbows, help them lock it in. And using 2 dumbbells, you're definitely gonna feel a lot more of that burn, but they have to drop it down to 1, hold it by the bar as they get that skull crusher. And again, it doesn't be the actual term, so don't crush your skull. Like, be careful. Judge your class. So I would say if your class is small enough, do the jumping jacks or the battle rope. But if it's a bigger class, obviously rope takes up a lot of space. Just have them do 10 jumping jacks instead. So you can just keep that body weight. Just know, like, if your class is overcrowded, you probably don't want to bring the ropes up having 10 exercises. Then you'll do your goblet squat. Just mastering that form, elevate your heels. You keep it high, keep it low, going for 10 reps of that goblet squat. Again, they work with heavy weight. You have that 5 count be where they start. I would also recommend, so if you want to try to avoid any bottlenecks, if you have a bigger class, make sure people start spread out. Like, I've done this with a bigger class too, and everyone's spread out, and it works perfectly. I've also done some bigger class where everyone wants to start like right in the same 2 area, and then they just run into each other. Like, so beforehand, be like, listen, if y'all want to avoid any bottlenecking, make sure you are spread out. If you have 8 people to 1 area, like next to each other, like, then you guys know you're going to be running into each other eventually. So spread out, spread out, spread out. Because again, like, if they are spread out, 7 o'clock, this past time we did it, it was bigger than 9 and it worked perfectly. 9 o'clock, we had these girls that all wanted to be right with each other next to TRX straps, and they were just all over the place. So, just a heads up. Then you're gonna move your vert ball, side lunge, double rotation. So you're gonna go 5 to 10 on the left, 5 to 10 on the right, then you move, right? So you're gonna get some balance and dynamic core work here, working the legs as well, obviously, when you go in that lunge position, making sure with the side lunge, toe straight, shoulders clear, driver hits back, build the peach. Then you have your super band straight arm pullovers. So again, just gonna work the lat, working the core, driving your elbows to your torso, like towards your side, lead with the elbows as you come through, working the lat. So they can face, I recommend facing the wall so they're not going over their neck with it. But if for some reason they prefer that, they can do it as well. Another way I'd say when they activate in the lats, as they pull through, actually like you're splitting the band. So you want to actually pull the band apart and you're feeling more lat engagement as you pull it apart. Soft elbows as you drive with your elbows on that one. Push-up jacks. It would be your horizontal push. So going for 10 push-up jacks. You can keep a plyo box nearby for anyone that is not going to go on the floor. Mini bands also, if you have enough mini bands for this one, for them to do that to help them with their push-ups above the elbow, below the sternum, not across the breast area, so they can master that form. Or just master that perfect push-up if the jacking part is too much.
I think it's above. Mhm.
And we're gonna go get some core in here. We're gonna do your jam ball, medicine ball. You still have medicine balls. Usually medicine balls are actually better for this because you need like that 6-pound ball. Save the back. Jam balls might be a little more aggressive. So if you have some medicine balls, just make sure they're not slamming the medicine ball. Keep that away from a slamming station if we have one, which I don't think we're slamming anything in this workout. So that hand and foot pass, lower back, you keep your lower back flat on the floor. Smooth transition, bringing that ball to the ankles. So, and then fully extend out, back in. If your lower back is fine, challenge yourself to come up to your bum to get more core engagement as you get that hand and foot pass going for those 10 reps. Then you got your surge, your sandbag, your rams. You could use lighter dumbbells, right? So if you have enough dumbbells that you want to, people want to use them, they can go to lighter dumbbell, go for 10 thrusters. Because that power movement gets your vertical push overhead. And if you're not doing that thruster, do a clean, still get power in there, but taking away the overhead motion. Going for 10 reps, and then we're gonna go with your hip bridge, mini band, hip bridge, hip abduction, ab adduction. So on this, at the top of the movement, open the leg, close it, get the glute activation part of the posterior chain. You can, if they have in any elevated surface, if you have like extra boxes laying around, if you have the Bosu balls, you can grab those out so they can elevate their heels to get more of a burn, more of more range of motion to work with as they go through that. So that is going to be your 10th exercise of this Impact 25. And then we're going to go to our finisher, the Frantic 4. So you got 1 minute on the clock, 10 seconds transition. You got 4 exercises. You only need to go one time around. So on that fourth movement, before that first movement called last set, best set. So you're going to have your long jump burpee. So you're going to long jump, insulated burpee. There's a challenge out there where these people are doing it on a track. So they're doing the length of the track, and that's like the challenge, right? So this is kind of what this is based off of. You want to with long jump burpee, the 400 meters, right? And when you get the 400 meters from there, you do walking lunges for the 400 meters. Then you bear crawl for 400 meters. For 400 meters. So this was there's a challenge out there that's a mile long, so it's a mile. Obviously this mile. So with this it's not that crazy with the challenge, but if you're wanting conditioning for that challenge, is a good finisher to help you get there. All right. So 1 minute of long jump to that burpee, back and forth, right? And then you got your walking lunges. Now, again, if members want to grab kettlebells, they can do so. If not, just focus on the body weight. Then you got your bear crawl for that minute, and then you got sprint stationary. All right. If they have to be stationary, you can grab super bands, bungees, or progressive on that. If you have the space, if the class is smaller, have them use the floor, right? Do the sprints on the floor so you can actually add the motion and movement of the sprint if the class is smaller. However, if it is a larger class, just have them stay stationary with that sprint for that minute. And that will be your Impact 25 workout for Tuesday and Saturday. Happy Thanksgiving.